Hey, Cmax here. I'm gonna do a video on chronographs. This is the one I have. There's several types out there. Um, First of all, chronograph just measures speed. Um, Let me move the box out of the way and just kind of show you the unit. This is the unit itself, and this is everything. Um, you can set it on a table. You can mount it on a tripod like a camera, whatever you need to do. Uh, First of all, these two things are diffusers. They're to diffuse light that comes down so that it can see the bullet travel between these two points. It measures from point A to point B, calculates it, there's your speed. They work best on a cloudy day. Just like if you know anything about photography, when you don't have shadows, your photography tends to be better as well. Well, it's the same kind of thing. So if it's a cloudy day, you don't even have to use these. They just pop right off. And I'm going to take them off because it makes it a little bit easier to see. People pretty much recognize them with them on. Even if you don't need them, though, you probably want to use these guide rods in it because that gives you just a channel to shoot through. And remember this, you shoot it, you break it. So you always want to be pretty careful with that. We'll get into distances and things about that in just a second. Let me just go over it real quick. The chronograph runs off a 9-volt battery, just clicks in here in the bottom, and it's got a space for a spare. So let's see if you can see that. Just so you've got 9-volt battery that's running off of and a spare. So if you're out in the field, you run out, you've got another battery. This is just where it mounts to a tripod. Real simple there on the bottom. The side of it, this is a data link for an accessory. If you need it, I'll get into what some of the accessories are. Does it come with it in this kit? And then just an on and off switch. We'll go ahead and turn it on. This is some data that's in it that was in it from where I shot the Taurus PT 738, the new little pocket pistol I got. In fact, string one was the PK 380, the Walther. And what it'll do is it'll take up to 9 strings. String is a succession of shots, up to 99 shots per string. More shots you have, better average, better data. Okay, we're going to review. Press the review button. String 1 has 31 shots in it. That's the 31st shot was 896. Push and hold it. Okay, the high is 981 feet per second in that string. The low is 841. The average is 920 feet per second. The standard deviation, the extreme is 140 and the standard deviation is 32. That's the differences in the velocities. So that was for string 1. You just change it to string 2. That one had 27 shots in it. Push and hold it. The high is 902. Now this one is out of the 738. The first string was out of the PK 380. It's got a little bit longer barrel. The low, 777. So you can see the velocities are less because we have a less barrel. Average, 849. Extreme spread, 125. Standard deviation, 27. So you can do that through 9 strings, 99 shots per string. You can delete a shot, you shoot one through it, for whatever reason, didn't like it, you don't want it to calculate in, you can delete that out. You can go through and look at them one by one. You can delete the whole string, start over. But what I do is I just leave it in here. The memory, you can turn it off, and as you can see, it'll retain the memory. So I come home and then I put it on paper and fill out my sheets and put it in my data book. And you'll want to find a form where you can record all this. Well, this bullet with this powder, this primer did this out of this gun, so that you can start seeing how all your reloads come together. Turn that off now. Now, I bought, this is the PROCHRONO, as you can see here, digital. I searched around. This seemed to be the overwhelming choice that people had. I think I paid $95 for it. I looked it up online, anywhere between $100 and $130 delivered, just depending. Made in America, so that's kind of cool. You got to have one. I tried not having one, and I was taking notes like, oh, this load was recoil felt okay, and didn't smoke too much. But I found out pretty quick that you got to have one, or at least you got to have a buddy that's got one, because you got to know what you're doing. But if you're shooting through a buddy's, remember, you shoot it, you buy it. So you might as well just have your own and get used to it. Now, a couple of things you've got to stay consistent with to get consistent data. And one is you need to record what gun you're shooting it out of, because you have different barrel lengths, different bolts lock up tighter than other ones, so you're liable to get more velocity out of the same length barrel with two different guns. And another thing is the distance from the muzzle. Now, on this one, you're supposed to place this anywhere from 5 to 10 feet from the end of the muzzle for pistol. Rifle is 10 to 15 feet. I tend to do 7.5 feet. You want it, in my opinion, a little bit closer, because then you're less likely to have a stray shot and, do damage to it. But, it works really good, and it'll do anything from pellets, paintballs, up to 7,000 feet per second. And I thought, my God, how fast is that? So I looked it up real quick. Well, just for example, an 1,100 feet per second is 750 miles per hour. So that's pretty darn fast. But 7,000 feet per second is 4,772.7 miles per hour. I don't know what you would chronograph to get that. Hold on, let me turn this AC off. Sorry about that. But it'll do it, and it says the accuracy is plus or minus 1% of the velocity, so that's pretty good. You can get an indoor kit. Now, if you're going to shoot indoor under fluorescent lights, there's actually a kit that has kind of lighted diffusers on it. I haven't tried it indoors, so I really don't know how that affects it or not. But I do know that there's an accessory for that. And you can get a Bluetooth accessory that plugs into it. You can get one that's got like a USB port, so you can plug it into it and plug it in the computer if you want. I don't need it. I think that's why this one was so priced well, and that's probably been why people have really liked it. Everything I've seen online was real good on it. It's simple, it's lightweight, just not much to it. But you got to have it. You just really need it. But they make a remote for it, which I don't really understand. I can walk over there and select the next string. It's not a big deal to me. But some people like all the bells and whistles, and that's cool. If you want to do that. But recommend checking this out. Like I said, basically $100 is what it's going to cost you, but the information you're going to get from it pulls all the reloading together for you. I'm gonna seat this bullet down deeper. I'm gonna change the size of the interior of the cartridge some and see how that affects it. You can do all kinds of things. It's kind of neat. Just part of it. But you got to have a chronograph. You really do. That's about it on this one. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to email me, but check into getting one. There's several good ones out there. You can get this from many, many vendors, so search for one on sale. But all right, well, be safe, follow the rules, keep your finger off the trigger. Every gun's loaded. When you pick it up, inspect the chamber, watch your muzzle where it's pointed. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.